Dreamhack Sweden had every top shelf player in Street Fighter 6 show up for a chance to win a part of the $50,000 prize pool and reach top 8, which qualifies you to the Esports World Cup, where finalists get a chance to compete and get a split of the $1 million prize pool. One of the most intense sets was between Itabashi, Zangief, and Kawano. But before we get into that match, let's take a moment and see how we got here. Kawano, a former Street Fighter V EVO champion and former Season 1 Luke enjoyer, has recently switched to Akuma along with everyone else on rank mode. After placing outside the qualifying position in Dreamhack Dallas, his Akuma has leveled up significantly and since then went on a tear to get to winner's side of top 8, beating notable players such as JNS,
Not gonna kill just yet! Second burnout!
Noah the Prodigy, Kugera, and Rainpro.
Oh, there's just no way around it. He just couldn't get going.
On the other side of the bracket, we have Nemo's favorite player and Zangief specialist, Itabashi Zangief. Armed with Zangief buffs and an infectious smile, he would navigate a road to top 8 with equally stacked competition with the likes of Boundmaster, NL, Daigo, our Lord and Savior, and Bonchan.
He's still alive. He's still alive, Jammers. He goes in. He burns himself out. He's gonna get a little. Where was it?
What? Did that connect?
Funny! It's over. What happened? Bonchan had the hit.
Now you know how Kawano and Itabashi got here, so let's see what happens when these two collide. Off the bat, Itabashi does a reset into Siberian Express. Such a mad lad for doing this without any conditioning to his opponent. This knockdown in the corner gives Zangief a meaty drive rush to any medium punch. You'll see a lot of Zangiefs opt for this meaty since Zangief's machine gun chops target combo does not combo on its own and needs either a counter hit or a drive rush to do so. He ends his attack sequence with a standing heavy punch and uses the armor to punch past Akuma's fireball. Kawano tries to jump out, but Itabashi preemptively positions himself to air for massive damage. Kawano goes for his own Chad maneuver with a wake up teleport grab. In isolation, this would be very daring, but the animation of the teleport looks very similar to Akuma's fireball. Kawano showed earlier in the match he's willing to throw out Akuma's quick fireballs in a defensive position. Combined with this knowledge, Itabashi goes for a perfect parry attempt on what he thought would be a fireball, but it turns out he got punish counter thrown instead. Kawano goes for a cheeky overhead, but Itabashi is woke and denies the fake meaty attempt.
And fierce into heavy adamant flame, burnt him out, and then tried to take the round there, but Itabashi off to a fast start with a very trudging character. It's crazy.
Very strong. I love the physiognomy of this matchup as well, you know, with Itazan dishing so much damage.
After some back and forth with buttons to goad each other into overextending, Kawano lands the first hit and starts a corner throw loop.
Finally, the crouch medium into drive rush counts.
Itabashi defensively mashes his way out of Kawano's pressure.
He's going to try and look for big damage here, but blocks the flying knee and then takes the SPD, and he will get his full drive.
Kawano tries to halt his advance out of the corner by checking him with jabs, but Itabashi grabs him out of the startup of his follow-up attack. This is a fairly common scenario against grapplers. Akuma's crouching light punch is -1 on block, and he's too far away for another light attack to chain in this sequence. He is still in range of the command grab, so he cannot do nothing, and if he attacks, he will get grabbed out of the startup of his attack. This creates a bizarre scenario where the grappler is at advantage, even though he is blocking. The best options will be to cancel into a special move, or back away via backdash or jump. Back to the match, Itabashi has pushed himself to the mid-screen where both players go back to the neutral dance. Kawano lands a fireball in hopes that Itabashi would clam up and eat the incoming drive rush mix-up, but Itabashi checks Kawano with the chops. Zangief's drive rush medium punch is used again to meaty, and we see a tick command grab throw from Zangief. After a standing medium punch from Zangief, you are still in range from a command grab, so after a block drive rush standing medium punch, you are stuck in a strike throw mix-up. Kawano lands a jump in, and with a drive rush cancel, lands a tick throw. He tries to work himself back in, but a botched hit confirmed from a standing light kick, and he drive rush cancels into Zangief's loving chops.
But he does not care. The chops are there, you're dead.
Itabashi starts around with a jump in, but Kawano anti-airs him. Since it's the start of the match, Itabashi has not had time to build up super bar and does not have access to metered reversals. This incentivizes Kawano to go for a relatively low risk meaty drive rush overhead. It lands and he does a beefy combo which pushes Zangief into the corner.
You know Akuma can dish so much damage.
Itabashi works his way out and tries to apply pressure with his armor moves, but Kawano uses OD uppercut to guarantee a punish. Zangief's armor can be quite effective against characters with single hit OD reversals, but the Shotos are equipped with multi-hitting shurikens that beat Zangief armor since it only protects against one hit. This unfortunately puts Kawano dangerously close to burnout, and Itabashi burns him out with a drive impact. Now a match that should have been secured for Kawano is in jeopardy, demonstrating that the drive gauge can be much more important than the life bar.
Be careful of that super art one Damascus. Double wheel kick, you are so obnoxious!
Itabashi drops one of the new Season 2 combo routes for Zangief and tries to reclaim his position, but Kawano calls out an ambitious drive rush with level 1 and gets back the round.
That Hell Stab Link into the Cyclone Lariat would have closed out that round. He knows it as well, but you can tell. I know Kawano's playing with a nonchalant facial expression right now, but his heart...
Since whiff punishing Zangief's medium punch is hard to do on reaction, Kawano is hitting standing medium punch and quickly pressing drive rush after. On whiff, nothing comes out, but on hit, he gets a drive rush cancel.
Yes. Oh.
He tries to close the gap, but Itabashi slaps his way out of a sticky situation. He goes for another drive rush medium punch, but Kawano counters with an OD reversal. But Itabashi is never scared and defensively mashes and does another Chad reset into Siberian Express. Kawano calls out another meaty with his reversal and begins to play the defensive game.
Stuff he does, so he's gonna have access to those super arts very quickly. He can't throw a fireball. You were very lucky.
He attempts to use fireballs to create space, but Itabashi uses the armor on his standing heavy punch to get through. Kawano tries to do his own defensive mash, but you do not mash on Soviet Russia. Soviet Russia mashes on you.
Bro, Itasan takes the round.
Dude, I'm telling you, because of how like frequent and incessant stand medium punches now for Zangief, it's just, what range do you play at? You can't jump fireball. You have to be earnest on the ground.
Yeah.
In the final round of the second match, after a bit of a scramble, Itabashi lands a deep jump in.
With a character that has the health to do so.
Yes, sir.
Drives in.
All right.
From there, he presses Kawano, but his offense gets shut down by another OD reversal. Kawano tries to get in with a Demon Raid feint, but Itabashi calls it out with a standing light kick. Kawano cannot be taught and does yet another OD reversal. Itabashi tries to force his way in with the drive rush stand medium punch, but that move is not cancelable and Akuma's drive impact punishes.
There is too much. Level 3? Yes.
Yeah, he's got a level 3 and he's going to do the Sip of Calamity to regenerate as much drive gauge as possible. And he's going to put Zangief near the red. He's got to be careful of a super...
From here, Zangief has an uphill battle to get back in, but with a little bit of zoning and an anti-air, Kawano evens up the match count.
You loyal fans are watching.
Oh, don't worry.
You know what they're looking for? Oh, my God.
Loyal fans will come, but even then, anti-air.
Clean anti-air. Itasan.
At the start of the round, Kawano does a crouching mini kick drive rush cancel into a peculiar shimmy setup.
His Akuma playstyle really threw him off with the footsies.
Instead of walking backwards to shimmy, Akuma is seen backdashing. This is to punish Zangief for going into an immediate throw tech. Akuma does not have enough time to walk away from the throw range in this spacing, so he must do a backdash instead.
Drive rush throw, less risky than...
Kawano inches back slowly using projectiles and pokes to create a wall of lane for Itabashi to maneuver around. Finally, Itabashi gets in with another well-placed armored standing heavy punch through a fireball and goes for another Siberian Express reset. He is now 3 for 3 on these.
Love to see it. All right, he's back to neutral.
When cornered, Kawano lets another drive impact rip to catch Itabashi trying to drain his drive gauge with standing medium kicks. Again, since it's not cancelable, it punishes for a full combo. Once knocked down, we see much more conservative pressure from Kawano. He does a light chain that immediately backs off to avoid any reversal command grab attempts. Here, we see what the matchup boils down to in neutral. Throughout this set, Kawano maintains this spacing and uses projectiles to keep Zangief away. This spacing is good since it's outside of Zangief's standing heavy punch, and also far away enough that Kawano can react to jump-ins.
Press the button.
Zangief is forced to move forward and go for parry attempts to negate the drive gauge damage, which eventually catches him off late on the input.
Get that round. Itasan didn't block.
I love the new...
After blocking the Demon Raid, Akuma goes for a plus overhead follow-up. Itabashi wants to get away from an Akuma with plus frames and attempts to walk away. This leaves him open to crouching medium kick, and Kawano converts that into a full combo. Itabashi jumps out of the corner when Kawano went for a meaty grab, but Kawano does a crosscut DP. A side tip, whenever you do a meaty grab, always buffer an anti-air just in case the opponent holds up on wake up. Make your opponent pay the toll for trying to leave the corner.
As well, didn't want to deal with any conversion into EX Adamant Flame, but it's still a threat with some sort of conversion here.
All right, again. He's still 100 points on this command grab.
Itabashi lands a beautiful single hit confirm into level 2, burning out Kawano.
Which I guess until the level 2 comes out.
I think he should go for the full thing. I think he needs to do Hell Stab, Force Dynamite. Yeah, this is going to do 2,000 damage.
The wake up teleport grab still works, but there is still too much ground to take back, and Zangief's light attack close out the round.
I'll do it again, though. Oh, man.
What was this a double dash into Demon?
Yeah, it is Demon.
He really wanted to give us the content. I respect that, Kawano.
It's like 7 frames the button would have beaten it anyway. This is the weakest Raging Demon's ever been. But
that's true.
It's most stylish.
At the start of the round, we see Kawano stick to spacing outside of Zangief's standing heavy punch. Itabashi sneaks in a drive rush, but Kawano pushes Zangief off with an OD DP.
From the Zangief master.
Every headbutt he's blocked, he's done something because he knows the drive.
After a well-placed sweep from Itabashi, Kawano still shows no fear of consequences by representing another OD DP. It shows great mental fortitude from Itabashi to eat this many OD DPs in the set and still be willing to maintain pressure. Zangief has a larger life bar than other characters, so gotta use it on something, right?
Yeah,
Itabashi reacts to the neutral jump shimmy attempt, but since he wasn't delay attacking, he punishes with an OD lariat into level 2. Akuma now has a large life disadvantage and must move in on Zangief, but is only a light attack away from death.
Not killing just yet, obviously. Itazan looking for the final hit. Oh, close enough, no!
He's got to get out. Is he going to?
After a bit of a back and forth, a fortunate jumping medium punch from Zangief ends the round.
Down here, he can't.
Well, that jump medium punch?
That was jump medium punch, I believe.
That's medium punch, right?
Yeah.
This match shows incredible adjustments from Kawano and counters 3 tools Zangief was plaguing him with during the set.
About to come out again, and you can see.
He punishes the Siberian Express.
Finally.
Okay.
He avoids defensive command grab attempts.
Correctly as well, and another grab that whiffs.
Over time, he started to respond and move and so.
In drive impacts, non-cancelable standing medium punch. Overall, he cooks them, enough said.
The match, that was like diamond ranked.
The pressure is on now as we enter the final match. Itabashi tries to sneak in a drive rush to get close to Akuma, but Kawano counters by going for a jump in. Itabashi begins to scramble after a whiff throw tech, letting Kawano capitalize and get a free hit. Itabashi whiffs a crouching meeting kick to throw off Kawano in an attempt to sneak in a drive rush, but Kawano doesn't bite and lands another crouching meeting kick and converts into a full combo.
Every single approach from Itabashi Zangief.
After hovering outside of Zangief's standing heavy punch range, Itabashi adjusts by using a drive rush heavy punch to extend the range of his normal and punish what Kawano thought was a safe fireball. Itabashi goes for a meaty wheel kick but gets DI'd for his trouble. This match really highlights just how susceptible Zangief is to drive impacts. Oh my god, there it goes again.
In the corner, and another DI. He's just committing to buttons, especially the ones that are not cancelable. So he's really got to be careful this final round here, potential final round here, Damascus.
Yep. Kawano on match point looking to go to winner's semi.
In this round, we see Kawano is now afraid to throw out fireballs to control space, in fear of getting hit by another drive rush standing heavy punch. Itabashi takes advantage of this by going for drive rush medium punches to push Kawano into the corner.
That is why first to 3 is so good. You get a bit more time to get used to the opponent.
Zangief's level 2 is used to great effect against Kawano's desperate attempt to keep Zangief away from him in the corner by using fireballs. Itabashi uses his remaining gauge to deplete Akuma's life bar. That 9,000 health can sure be rough sometimes.
Chose not to, because he got the kill instead. Alright. Good choice.
Burn out your life, bro, not the drive. Itazan saves 1 match point, and now it's final game.
Finally, Itabashi baits the DP and punishes.
That's
a
what
time to
hurts,
block.
eh?
And then drops the combo, eats an OD DP, and that just sucks.
Fortunate one, and Kawano fortunately gets away and has got free of this.
He's got to change up his button choices in the neutral here if he doesn't want to get DI'd again. Itabashi.
To prevent being locked into the corner, Kawano uses Akuma's Demon Raid to cross up Zangief. Itabashi tries to use OD Lariat to anti-air, but since Capcom hates Zangief, the Lariat does not prevent cross-ups. Kawano unleashes the Satsui no Hado on Zangief and whittles down his health and drive gauge to critical levels.
So now almost bury him.
I think it's just
he's gonna get the pixel.
It might be.
He had slight.
He goes for a meaty OD Fireball to finish off Zangief's drive gauge. If Zangief goes into burnout, it's a guaranteed win for Kawano because he doesn't have a level 2 yet and would be in the corner defenseless from a drive impact. Itabashi big brains and purposely gets hit by the OD fireballs twice to prevent burnout. Itabashi now has enough bar to go for a drive parry comfortably and lands a miraculous perfect parry and gets out of the corner. Now with the drive gauge superiority, he rushes back in and goes for a guaranteed burnout sequence into a guaranteed drive impact. Kawano tries to escape but gets stunned in the corner, but the thumbnail says choke of the year, and unfortunately for Itabashi, he drops the combo and Kawano capitalizes with a guaranteed OD DP to chip him out. A very heartbreaking ending to a match after such great decision making from Itabashi, but tournaments are stressful and everyone drops combos, and really the only thing you can do is smile and move on. I know Nemo was smiling. Itabashi would later tweet that he went for an easier combo that he doesn't regularly practice and dropped it. Shoutouts to Giant Unit for the translation. Both of these players played amazingly well, and I hope you learned a thing or two in this analysis. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the match. Hit me up with the bread and butter combo of liking, sharing, and subscribing to support the creation of more content like this. And next time you choke in an important match, don't fret about it. Be like Itabashi and just smile and move on. I'll just tell you, but thanks for watching.